Alrighty guys, today we are going to do yet another different, diverse type of video. And today is basically going to be centered around how you can own the commies, you can own the libtards for realsies, and as for realsies as realistically possible in the game of Hearts of Iron 4. So we are going to basically win as fascist Spain under Franco, and destroy the communist. Okay, it's going to be very cool. The commies are going to get owned. The snowflakes shall melt, and it's going to be very glorious. Okay, skip over the single player multiplayer stuff because I could care less. And we are basically going to start gaming, and I might have recorded Hearts of Iron 4 before on my other laptop, but this is going to be a whole different ordeal. Okay, anyways, we're going to start off doing some of the basic stuff. I'm going to assume you already know about this game, and if you don't, then whoops. Anyways, we are at 1936, okay? So we're going to start manipulating certain things. So for example, there's going to be a civil war in a year. Keep that in mind. So what we're going to do first is start building, let's say, a military factory right here. Or I'll just play it safe. We're going to build some infrastructure. Unlike Joe Biden, we're going to actually get some of that done. We're also going to be making some guns because let's play it safe, because I'm not sure how to play this because it's been a while since I've played the Civil War here. Now we can back the CEDA, or we can do the Popular Front. Now the Popular Front is usually leftist, so we're going to go ahead and back the right wing, as that would be the moral thing to do, of course. And we are looking at approximately basically an army of 124,000 troops, and we're also looking at a lot of divisions. Not that many compared to like Germany, but this is still a good 20 divisions we have scattered around the planet somewhere, right? How many is that? No, we only have 17. Either way, it's still a good amount. And ultimately, we are looking at negative political power. We are looking at a very bad situation. Our war support is only 25% when it should be upwards of 70, and our stability is under 50. It's 33 really. It's also really bad. So right now is the waiting game until the Civil War starts towards the end of the year, if not the beginning of 1937. That being said, we are going to station all the troops in Madrid for the sake of simplicity, and we are going to keep speed talking like Ben Shapiro so that I can overcome my stutter and not sound awkward while I'm, freestyling this video. Anyways, we are on to the second month of this campaign, and I'm already getting to the point where we've already had the majority of the troops mustered up in here, and we have the next national focus done. Next would be widen the military conspiracy. We are going to basically manipulate and entice the other generals in the military to join my side and join the right side of history, frankly, in seizing power by any means necessary. Okay, you got to take the Machiavelli pill. Anyways, we're going to be looking into research. This research, the research should constitute machine tools, obviously. A bunch of very simple stuff like that. Construction as well. We are also going to be looking into the electronic mechanical engineering, however boring that may be, and also looking at improving something that's pretty basic like the flamethrower. And again, I'm using the Road to 56 mod, which basically gets the regular game and puts it on steroids. It just makes it better in general. And what I do know is that we do have a different prime minister apparently called Manuel Lenzana. Nobody cares about him. He has terrible physiognomy. Looks like a human pig. Anyways, let's get to some general trivia. From what I know, the Spanish Civil War is shaped kind of like this, where we're going to control the left, and ironically, the anarchists will control the right. And the coalition that we're talking about in this case would be constituted mostly of, national focus, the Army of Africa. Okay, so basically, historically, Franco had his army in Morocco, or in this general Casablanca region in northern Africa. As you can see here, the Spanish controlled this part of Africa, and so basically they were fighting some blacks or whatever the hell was going on there. And there was a lot of Spanish troops here, and through the help of the Nazis, in particular with the Ju-52 transport planes, I think that's what it was. Those transport planes basically took the troops from North Africa to southern Spain and basically let Franco have a fighting chance against the Spaniards. Also, keep in mind that there was Italian intervention to the support of Franco, including but not limited to arms and troops. And I'm pretty sure that the Nazis also gave him troops and Panzer IIs, and I believe Panzer I's, and if not that, then at least they did provide air support. There's a Picasso painting based off of the bombing of Guernica, I think. Yeah, Guernica, and that was pretty cool. Anyway, okay, so the Italians finally beat the Ethiopians, which is not a surprise. That happened. The Ethiopians had not a single chance of fighting back, apparently, besides them beating the Italians back 40 years ago in 1890-something. I'm surprised we're getting this much infrastructure done. Again, a lot more than Joe Biden has gotten done so far, but again, not completely done with the reconciliation yet. So, not to nerd out politically too much on this video, I'm going to be speed talking even still more as we glide into May of 1936. We are basically not getting too far into the campaign, and yet still we are getting bogged down into monotony. As the time is going fast, I might as well take the brevity and go ahead and explain stuff. So, for example, in terms of the neighbors around Spain, Portugal did not have much of a strong take on the Civil War, so they did not get very involved, despite them having a pretty good opportunity of taking over Spain because of the compromise situation it was in. The Soviets in particular obviously were supporting the anarchist and the left Popular Front in general. That being said, they could not have helped them that much, as this was during the Great Purge era for Stalin, so the overall staffing that would have been necessary to send a military attaché of advisors would have been very difficult to maintain in the late 1930s. Okay, so strike first. This is going to be us attacking the Spanish, which is going to be good. And I want to do this because ultimately when you do that, you'll kill a lot more people than otherwise. That's going to be Kino. Now, in terms of benefits, we're looking at 22% division speed, which is nothing, 2% planning speed, which is nothing, and attack by 2%, which is nothing, entrenchment speed, nothing. So barely any advantage, but we might as well attack first because we're not pussies, right? So that'll happen pretty soon. In a matter of 2 weeks, we're going to be in a full-fledged civil war. And keep in mind what's going to happen pretty soon. We don't have much of an air force, and I'll discuss that very soon. So as you can see right now, we are dealing with 87 planes, 31 ships, and we're going to lose about half of that because of the forces being split evenly, more so than not. So we have 2 battleships, which is pretty cool, 5 light cruisers, no heavy cruisers, 12 destroyers, and 12 submarines. So it's a little chunk of a fleet, but that's all right. We are going to fight for the nationalists over the Republicans at the time being the left, obviously. And we are looking at this range of colors. They have the Shrek puke green, and we have the, obviously, the right color green. Anyways, the colors here are fucking disgusting. Anyways, we'll go ahead and give these all under the command of Jose Alcinatorado, whatever. As you can see here, they have a northern contingent right here, and they have this eastern blob right there with the salient towards Madrid right here. And so what the goal should be is to form a second army right here with the 17 divisions that are there, and make the line here and see if we can cover it completely with the 17, which we can. Make the objective Oviedo and then go for Bilbao after, and we can give this to, I don't want to give it to this Arab guy because I'm racist, I don't know. We're going to give it to somebody who probably has mountain capabilities. If that's the case, we can probably give it to, let me look here, Urban, no, that's useless. Decide to planner, not really effective. I'm probably going to be looking at somebody like, interesting. I'll just give it to Juan Jage Blanco, Huage, whatever his name is. That should be adequate. And then when we're looking at the rest of these 45 divisions, we'll see if we can cover this entire map with these 45, and yes we can. The objective for the sake of argument will be Valencia, as it is the center, and also an ugly girl from Discord, but we're not going to get into that lore. We're not going to get into that lore right now. Anyways, we are going to be looking at certain exploitable holes in their defensive line, but besides that, we're going to be looking for places to entrench. Obviously, we want to take over the foothills around Madrid, and we're going to be looking at the supply situation. We have 49% supply. This is really bad. We are short approximately 2,000 guns, or infantry equipment, so-called. That'll take us over 6 months to get back in stock. We only have 2 military factories, and we're building all these ships despite them not being even close to being done. So we can't rely on any new ships coming forward anytime soon. Now what we can do is get some overall what do you call these, national focuses, right? So for example, we can go for the, what is this? nationalist general staff. I think that'll help marginally in the war effort. We have 221,000 manpower, whereas they have anywhere from 100,000 to 330,000. Factory-wise, we are about even. Okay. Anyways, so right now, this part right here, the northern part, is completely taken up. All right. Whereas this one seems like it has multiple openings, and we can, for example, close the line a little bit right here. And I can also lower the volume because I don't want to, you know, all these Mexican chants annoying me way too much. Okay. Anyways, okay, so we're going to move the line here. The philosophy of the general staff: develop our plans quickly or take time. I guess we'll take time as to not sabotage them, even though this time is of the essence, but I'm pretty sure I'll win without any extra skills anyway. Okay. We can probably take this hill as it'll give us defensive ground. Okay. And we'll see if they reinforce. Right now, the Lend-Lease is open for the Italians. We'll take 345 from them. They want to send us 2 divisions of their air wings, I guess, or whatever. That'll help us marginally. Also, Air Force-wise, what are we talking about? 44 to... Okay, so we have roughly equal air forces. The Italians want to help there. Okay, that's fine. We'll go ahead and look at what air we have, and we'll go ahead and throw it all into the Iberian region. So right now we have 30 fighters. We'll just put all 30 of them as one air wing and put them right there. Okay, with ground crews, I guess that'll help marginally, and we'll be able to probably hold this part right here. Should we keep Jose as the general is the question. I'd probably say no. We have a pretty well-rounded person right here, Jose Enrique Varela, and we can probably give him an upgrade right now. I'd give him ambusher so we can play defense, and we'll bleed out the Republicans if that's the case. Okay, it's going to be ironic that I called them the Republicans, but ultimately that's going to be the case because the Republicans, and you know, with this sort of jargon, would be the left. Also, the Republicans were the name of some of the revolutionaries in France, which were leftist or at least liberal leaning. So I guess that's important to point out. Okay, we'll retreat the Navy back to Quetta, and we're going to go ahead and try to play defense as best as possible. Yeah, okay. So as of right now, what we can do is recall these ground crews and use these all as last stand, which will help our defense. And basically with the defense, we'll be able to dig in and let them bleed out, which is going to be cool. We'll let them bleed on our faces. And so far, in terms of manpower, they're dealing with an excess as a they basically have 120,000, whereas we have 120,000 as well. So we're basically playing even on both respects. The Germans want to give us small arms. We're definitely going to take that. Now our deficit has increased to 10,000 guns in terms of infantry equipment, so we're pretty fucked in this regard. Our supply is only 50 as well, so not looking good at all. Okay, we can also appoint a field marshal, which is something I should have done a lot earlier. And we're going to give the biggest front, obviously, to Francisco Franco, because why not? And then we're also going to assign another field marshal for additional strategic gains, I guess, to Emilio Moloch. Jewish conspiracy confirmed. Anyways, we're going to back up this sector right here, and hopefully our generals will rank up faster than the other side so that we can probably get that advantage as well. So already over halfway to level 4, so this is looking pretty good. Insofar as the northern front is concerned, I don't have any idea as to how we can advance our agenda through there. We ought to be sending this guy down here, this one down to here, and ultimately be able to hold this V shape right here. And then with the 26 there, I could probably send a division, the horse one over here. Instead of playing offense there as a distraction, we'll just send him here and hope they won't split the line. Ooh, okay. 34 needs backup. We can shorten the line actually and just move him back. I think that'll be a better use of our resources again because we're playing defense, not offense. I don't see how we can play offense when we only have 50% equipment anyway. That feels weird. We can develop Molotov cocktails, I suppose, and we can also develop an army focus, obviously, and that's a Road to 56 feature. We can also expand our national focus to include the next thing, which would probably be army reform. Yes. Okay. Next thing. We have 100% war effort, which is good. Alright. See, the AI might start some counteroffensives, which is why I have to micromanage everything. And we also have to defend Salamanca, because if we let them take this part, this is open plains, which will be easily taken by the commies, and then we'll basically lose this entire side and get chopped in half, and we'll definitely lose at that point. So we might as well keep what we have as of right now. Okay, so we're at 1%. Okay, so we're at a level 4 now, which is good news. And ultimately, we can probably send reinforcements to one of these places, like right here. And look at giving him potentially one division here, then shimmy this one there. And by doing this, I don't leave any flanks exposed for more than a couple hours so that we don't get attacked in a way that makes us lose, obviously. Okay, now in terms of the Air Force, we are now actually winning very narrowly over the Spaniards in this general area, which is a good idea. Now we do have one battleship still, so we can probably do some limited offensives going forward. So as of right now, I can probably consolidate the fleet right here in Cadiz, and we can't even cross Gibraltar. Okay, no, we can. Okay, so they have their entire navy either over here or over here split up in the Mediterranean, whereas we can move ours all over the place. So that's going to be a pretty good advantage for us going forward. So we're going to consolidate the fleet next to Gibraltar on the Atlantic side, and hopefully we can probably get some good gains out of that. The sniper team and this support 30 should help us marginally fighting the Spaniards. This is going to be a good advantage to have going forward. We're going to invest, since our infrastructure is good, we're going to go for a military factory. So in 4 months, we'll be able to increase our military factories by 33%. By going from 2 to 3. Okay, quick maths. And as of right now, again, this pisses me off. I want to do something over here, but we can't. So as of right now, what I should do is get any extra troops from here and put them down here, if anything. Okay. Okay. So as of right now, I'm thinking, and I honestly think that we ought to... Okay, we lost the initiative, so even more of a reason to go defense now. Salamanca needs reinforcements, and because of that, I'm going to be looking into moving some troops over there eventually. So no upgrades are possible, despite me having the command power. So this is looking pretty bad. What I will say, though, is that we can probably get to defending Salamanca in a defensive way that is very risky, so that we can probably bait them into attacking again. Okay, so now that we're in September, what are the casualties? So right now they have, like, 7 times the casualties. It's looking really rough for them right now. Wow, okay. Air Force wise, yeah, theirs is basically inactive. Okay, we don't have much of a navy right now. Well, no, we do have the navy, we just don't have oil, so we might as well just let the planes idle by, because we don't have any oil at all, and we don't have much factories to negotiate with, right, to trade. So because of that, we're going to play defense on that one as well, and we have to move the needle somehow, because they're not attacking anymore. So what I would do is check, okay, how much equipment do we have? 61. So we're climbing back up again. I'd say that's in part because of the Lend-Lease, and we're going to be looking at some other thing, like, for example, war economy. We might as well upgrade that. We're in the middle of a civil war. Okay, now we're going to be building factories slightly faster, which is going to be a little bit of a boon. And overall, I think that we can probably start investing into attacking certain places. As of right now, this is going to be easy to attack. I think also this area is pretty easy. This area, I want to encircle some troops because I don't see attacking them as like a viable strategy long term. So, for example, if we're going to be looking at a place just like this one, we might as well attack here, and then shorten up the line slightly, and have a little bit more breathing room in the V. So we're going to go here and attack. Okay, now we are attacking them with a lot of troops in reserve. We have them surrounded. In fact, I'll give them the Air Force advantage real quick. And we just completed army reform, so we're going to probably go for... Does this give me any free shit? I need free equipment. I don't need research. I need equipment. This isn't helping. Okay. In that case, I'll probably look into... Let me think. Yeah, I'll just look at industry then. Let's see if we can get some army, military production factories and be able to produce ammo to kill these commies. That being said, we are about to take this plot of land. So the trick is to wait until we get to like 99. Oh, whoops. And pull out the troops before we move them in, but that was an accident, so now they're going to take all that land. So we're going to have to counterattack. So the trick in this case would be to keep pushing then. We're going to lose 2 tiles though, guaranteed, which is going to suck. No, wait, no we didn't. Okay, that was a fluke. Anyway, move here to cover this part. and we just conquered more territory. We're holding off the left, which is good. We're playing defense very well. The Germans and the Italians aren't helping at all insofar as the troops are, even though their air force is helping a little bit, I guess. And as of right now, we are doing just fine. Okay, we can research a little bit. In this case, we're probably going to go for something like mechanical computing and the radio. Okay, and then we're going to wait on the other one to go fully green because I like it that way. Okay, time to reinforce this part next to Cuenca or whatever, Cuenca, and go ahead and stave them off right there. And then probably try to push across this river and then use that as a springboard to wrap around for Madrid. I don't know if I'm stretched too thin for that, but I'm going to go ahead and try that anyway. And I think that's going to be a sound strategy going forward. The Air Force advantage is unnecessary. I'll call that back. And we're probably going to go forward and keep going right here. And press on. Get them on the back foot. So they're retreating right now, which is really good. So what we got to do is go with this one that's not doing anything and attack. Or we'll invade this part, Guadalajara, which is a big city in Mexico. I don't know if that's a coinkydink. I think not. We're going to pull back because he's getting attacked from here. We might as well let them recover. And now that we have all these extra troops right here, they're going to have a little bit of a predicament right there. Now, let's invest again into military factories, this time taking less than 2 months to make that. We're cutting our deficit substantially with the small arms, which is good. So we're going to be supplying our troops more than ever before. We are at 65 instead of 61, despite us attacking. So that's a good optic. Anyways, let's keep moving. So as of right now, we can take these two tiles, and we could either choose to hold this guy up and keep pushing this way, or let this guy retreat and then keep pushing that way. So I'm going to let this guy retreat and take this tile for free and see if that works out to my benefit. So let's go ahead and go like this. We're also going to gain these two tiles, so this is going to be a pretty good movement going forward. So right here, these two move up. These three in total take this tile. They're consolidating around Madrid, so they're getting desperate, which is a good sign. We're also going to be moving this one over here, and they're going to be one tile away from Madrid, so we're basically in a winning position at this point. Okay, they're attacking. Maybe they'll retreat from this tile as well, and maybe this one too, which is going to be insane if they do. I think that's a pretty stupid opinion. So, okay, now they're fighting over this one, which is interesting. Well, we're going to go ahead and probably try to cut them off here and see if we can do that. See how effective that is. We can also go for an encirclement right here, and hopefully that'll work. So will he get away with it? Nope. Alright. Shit. So what happened is that they lost their organization because they basically lost their entrenchment because the AI wanted to make a different encirclement, which is retarded. We'll still be able to win over this brigade of only 3,000 troops. Normally the divisions are 10,000, but that's just the way it is for now. We're working with small beans here. Okay, so we're going to easily take that. We're also going to move on this airport, which is going to help us control the air a little bit more than before. They're retreating en masse. So what's happening is that they're taking way too many losses. Right now we're at 4,000 casualties. They're at 34. So at this point, I'm pretty sure I have a numbers advantage and supply advantage, but it's not that obvious yet. Okay, so we're wrapping up this encirclement. That'll be one division. Not one division, you fucking nerds. No, I'm just kidding. We have 3 divisions here, or brigades. That's 9,000. So we're looking at 12,000 kills. So that's going to be really good for our numbers. We're also going to be closing in from this angle as well. So that'll be good. The north is completely stagnant. They're attacking us on this eastern flank in Catalonia, west of Barcelona. I guess this is a distraction, a psyop. I'm going to go ahead and use the fighter wing to slow them down. We'll see if they'll hold, though. Hold, come on. Let's wrap up this one right here. You guys move up. Alright. So we're crushing them on this center salient, but they're attacking us in the south and the east. So what we got to do is probably go down and attack like this and relieve this division in the plains. We also got to look into attacking this part right here and alleviating this part. Ciudad Real can probably be taken like this with this well-supplied unit for whatever reason. Okay, right there. See, their flank is exposed. So this is a very complicated maneuver, but I mean, okay, we're holding. Okay, now that we've closed all the encirclements, what we can do now is tell them to stop, and while they're reorganizing, do a last stand, which will help us hold, in particular, this area, and hopefully be able to stave them off and make their whole counteroffensive psyop blow off. Okay, so their Operation Uranus did not work on me, okay? And again, we are going to be moving up in places where we can cut the line and make the line of defense shorter for us because we don't have a lot of troops, and go ahead and go like this and push up like that. And Madrid is on the back foot in terms of them, and as soon as we take Madrid, it's pretty much GG because that has a lot of factories, and we'll get the plurality of their equipment that way. Okay, now, okay, this part is salvaged, which is good, and we can probably move up right here. And they're moving back, so the whole like chode situation is not looking so good for them. We're gonna join the anti-Comintern pact because we hate the Soviets. As you can see here, they're getting help by Poland, which is bizarre, but not the Soviet Union for whatever reason. Okay, we'll keep moving up here and let them defend Madrid with every little ounce of spirit they have. Let's go ahead and attack from multiple different angles to defend this plains right here, because that's going to be an easy way for them to exploit us. You can also get 700 guns from the Germans that'll help. Okay, so there's no more empty tiles right here, which is fine. Oh wait, never mind. We're going to go ahead and move up. So what they're doing is investing more and more men into the Madrid area, but that's not going to save them. I'm not even trying. I think this is the Italians attacking Madrid and the Nazis with the Panzers, which is good for me. So let them bleed on Madrid and let them weaken up the defense as we close around the sides and encircle them. Let's let this division go up one, and then let this one follow through as defense, and bait this one into attacking. As we do that, we can probably see him. Okay, Jose is at almost level 5, which is good. We can build one more military factory, which means that we ought to have less than 2 months on that. We can also take almost 500 guns from the Italians, which is going to be very useful. And let's go ahead and center all of our focus on the infantry guns. And basically, the deficit that used to be 600 days is only going to be 400 days. So now our equipment should be anywhere like from 65 to 75. We're at 70. Okay, right in the middle. I guessed right. Okay, Madrid is about to fall, but I don't really want to take it this way. I want to encircle this entire blob. So what we ought to do in this case would be to attack this area right here, and then maybe attack right there, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and get all these divisions. But maybe that won't work. That's a little too far-fetched. And if that's the case, then what we can do is get both of these guys to attack this one right here in the plains. Again, plains are very easy to take control of, and so with that, we'll be able to cut off these 2, 3, 4, 6 divisions, and it'll be awesome. Okay, there you go. So now they're panicking. Okay, now we can close in on the tumor and basically screw them over royally. So now they're retreating en masse, which is completely to my advantage. We can go ahead and stop attacking because he's going to retreat anyway and move up. Oh, okay, almost exited game. Okay, we can surround Madrid completely, which is a huge boon. Now we're going to be able to take Madrid by the 20th of January at the latest. And there you go. So as you can see here, they have 12 to 18 factories. After I take Madrid, now it's 10 to 16. So now we have the absolute industrial advantage over them. And they have 8 times the casualties almost. And now we have 2 extra military factories, which is a huge deal. And that's going to be a huge win. And we're also going to be taking this region, or we can just back off because it'll be easier that way. And we can start looking into advancing into this area right there and probably trying to cut them off in this formation, okay? And then the south is collapsing. What we ought to do is take advantage of that and move up the troops. Okay. We also did the national focus to increase military factories to 8. That's going to be very effective. Now we are working with less than 300 days to re-equip our men, which is a huge advantage. Now we're going to improve infrastructure, I suppose, and we're also going to be hiring somebody politically savvy, or we're going to help our offense. So we're going to go ahead and, okay. We'll just help the infantry in general. Okay, that'll help a little bit. Okay. So far, so good, right? Air Force wise, we are meh. Okay. Anyways, okay, we can start closing in the gap. So as you can see here, our army's taking the advantage. The encirclement plus the casualties have made it pretty hard for them to keep up with our numbers. And we're not even training any new troops. We're just playing our hand of cards a lot better than the commies right now, which is totally realistic because that's what happened in real life. Okay. So as of right now, it's looking... Oh, shit. I rejected aid from Poland on accident. Should not have happened. Okay. Let's go ahead and hold on here. I'm getting a little bit too... I'm being too cocky here. Okay. Time to invade a lot of places that are relevant. So this center bulge right here is going to be taken. No homo. And then... Again, I'm surprised this north is not budged at all, but I'm going to keep that the same. So if you remember... I'm trying to cut off the southern portion and eat that up as it gets isolated by cutting any 3 of these tiles up. So in this case, I'd probably look into maybe going over and taking this first and see where the line ends up. Okay. How's the air? Average. The ground crews might take us over the edge though. And we're also going to be looking into... Oh, okay, we got another factory. Perfect. Let's invest more on the military factory. 58 days. Okay. Now we have less than 4,000 guns in deficit, and we are at less than 150 days to fully resupply the troops. In terms of guns, just the most important component, of course. We have an encirclement of 2 troops. So now what we're going to do is go here with both sides of this little penis thing and cut them off, and then we're going to have 2 troops on the left. And those are basically gonna... Fuck. Okay, I won too soon. I got too cocky. I am suffering for my success. Okay, so we're gonna take that. Now we're at level 5. Took longer than I expected. Anyway, we're gonna be looking into investing into max factories in a state, which is called The Ends, and this is a Road to 56 mod thing. Not a big deal either way. Now the mods for this game are obviously things that are necessarily additions and add-ons in the Steam Workshop, and it basically just adds more like varieties of research and different guns and skins and portraits of the prime ministers and dictators and all that. Makes the game substantially better. Nothing crazy. So now we have these 2 troops in Guernica that we could possibly put in a chokehold by attacking this one, then maybe attacking this hills. That might be a little difficult. We'll see what happens. I really want to encircle this part. It'll shorten up the line by a ton and help us win. Okay, we can research one other thing. I think we can go for some doctrine. In this case, what we can go for is grand plan, because why not? Right there. And we can look into probably... I'm looking for a weak spot to exploit. As of right now, we can move this troop right here and move this one down here. And we can let these 4 keep going forward like that, right? And then these 3 can go and wrap around like this. And then these 2 can attack this area right there. Okay, now this is looking really good. Can we upgrade Franco at all? No, we can't. Can we increase Jose? No, we can't. Okay. Shit, we got encircled somehow. I overextended and I didn't format my troops right. So because of that, I'm paying a price. Okay, there you go. I just build them out, but now I lost the encirclement, which is not good. So first mistake of the game so far. Right now, it seems like maybe pushing this hill is probably the best idea. And so far, it's working. And this encirclement is not. So I might have to end this one right now. And in terms of this eastern side in Catalonia, nothing's happening. And politically, I just got the infrastructure improved, which is going to help me build stuff slightly, quicker, which is why infrastructure is overrated to begin with in real life. But don't get me started on that. Okay, pull away the troops there. Okay, supply situation is looking like we have 90% equipment. Okay, that's really good. Okay, less than 2 months until we're fully equipped with infantry. If you guys remember, I was starting making maybe like 12 guns a day. Now we're working with 33, so that's a pretty big deal. Okay, these 3 are going to cut them off officially. Now we can start with 11 factories. That's a big improvement. Okay, there you go. So far so good. They still have this port to supply off of, so let's go ahead and surround them right here. And hopefully take this port, and then we can starve them of resources a lot better. So now we have 12. Okay, factories. Factory-wise, we're looking pretty good. The heat has gone away from Iberian region, so we're now going to go to the south. Put the planes right there. Then we're going to move on and attack this area right here again with all the troops, 8 different divisions, and go ahead and take them on. And meanwhile that's happening, I can look into taking this area right there. Okay. Shit. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Now we are looking at Valencia as the next target, and we can easily take that. So that's a W. We just took it. Now we severed them. We've severed the Republicans at several different junctures, and they're looking pretty fucked now. Anyways, we're going to be looking at taking the next city of Malaga, which is the last port they have after this one's taken. And it's going to look pretty rough for them. Anyways, we can get this one division right here and completely kill them off in less than 2 days if we do this right. And we can also research stuff at the same time. So there you go. Next thing we're going to be researching is going to be the means, which is a recovery rate increase by a very small amount. Now we have 6, 7. We have 8 divisions practically encircled here, which is a really good improvement over what we had before. We have 85,000 casualties. We have less than 15,000. So we have 3,000 encircled right there. We can also expedite that by using this. We can also spend more time building factories right here in Valladolid, I guess that's what it's called. Anyways, we're winning Air Force wise. We have 22 planes. They have only 25 on the low. If we're gonna lowball it, we can also use these torpedo bombers for some reason. We'll see what that's useful for later on. And what I'm looking at is closing probably this encirclement first, then this one, then this one. There's also 2 ports I want to take. So what I want to do actually is go ahead and wrap around the coast and take that for what it may be worth. As of right now, they're a tough nut to crack because of the mounts, so I'm going to hold off on that invasion right there. And we're going to let these guys reinforce this circle and go ahead and take that. Now these torpedo bombers might be useful for something. Let's go ahead and attack this right here. So the Nazis are attacking on this front. And there's some promise going after Casp, which I've never heard of before as a city. Anyway, let's go ahead and probably, this is not looking very promising, but I might as well attack right here at the weakest point and see if that does anything. Okay. Next thing on the agenda is, okay, so we expanded civil stuff, whatever. Next thing we ought to be doing is expanding the naval dockyards, because why not? We can also invest on another high command general. I could probably just go for, I mean, if I appoint Franco, would that replace him as field marshal? If that's the case, then I might as well just go for defense. Why not? And we'll take this tile pretty soon. And we can go ahead and keep pushing. Where exactly should we, though? I can't really cut off this bulge right here with this mountain. It's too much of a risk. I just cannot waste the troops. And we can invest on Burgos. Yeah. Anyways, we do have a surplus in infantry equipment, which is a really good sign. As of right now, we're at 98%. So I'm not going to be changing stuff too much right now, and by that I mean I don't want to be changing the design of the templates, because after the Civil War I may or may not lose the progress of the campaign because of them deleting the troops after I'm done with the war, but I'm not sure at all. Navy wise, we can probably go ahead and put that one battleship to work by using a little bit of their bombing strategy on these nippers right here, and we're also going to be getting a little bit of support equipment from the Poles, which is fine. Okay, so it looks like we're going to eventually take this part. Now over here, what are we looking at? Nothing important. Okay. Alright, we're about to take this part. Once we take this part, we can take these 5 and attack this bottom part. Use the battleship as an advantage, basically, to make them lose organization, get them shell-shocked. Use these 5 to attack the Granada, because that gives them supplies. We're going to go ahead and hit them there where it counts. We're also going to be using this air advantage in southern Iberia to whatever extent we can. And as of right now, it's looking pretty good. We just took that southern part. Now they're more encircled than they were before, which is going to help our bonuses on attack and weaken their defensive resolve. I'm being such a nerd right now. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and attack on this front right here. Stop them from resupplying the town they have there, which will make it even more difficult for them to survive and breathe. And then going forward, we're going to increase research on air. Okay, we're going to focus on air. We're going to focus on the Navy as well, which is completely asinine, but okay. And then we are going to be looking at cutting off the city even more. And as of right now, they're going to be losing this 3rd division, make that fall back to here. Meanwhile, we take on the last 2 and dissolve them quickly. Now, I can use these 4 and send 3 to attack this area right here to give us more breathing room to attack this southern part without getting this part enveloped. The Nazis are attacking by multiple different directions, and I might as well help them take this bulge behind the river so that we have a better defensive posture. The next thing I would want to do is probably look into attacking this area. Actually, never mind. There's no point. Okay. So we can probably move the fleet over here, and that'll help a little bit more. The main goal is just to bottle up these 6 divisions right now, and so far it's working. I want to also use these troops, extra factories, just to make more guns. I honestly want to make more guns because I'm not sure if wasting the stuff on artillery is going to be worth it. Okay, there you go. We just spent those 10 divisions, moved them to Granada. Now they have worse supplies than they did before. We're going to use these. We're going to focus on our raiding fleet because we obviously don't have the naval infrastructure to make battleships en masse. Okay, 7 divisions. Will they be all taken down? That's going to be 15,000 troops I'm going to kill. Right now they're at over 100,000. So we have a 5-to-1 casualty right now ratio. So we're looking pretty good. As soon as these guys are all organizationed up in terms of green, I'm going to send them all to attack the 6 divisions and wrap them up quickly. We also took that 1 tile, or no, we have not. Okay, now we can exploit an encirclement right here actually. So that's going to be my lucky day, and we're going to go ahead and do that. We did take that 1 tile that the Germans were helping us do, which is good. Okay, now we have these 2 divisions in this pocket. Now we can attack with these rear guys, and that's going to be pretty easy. So there's going to be approximately 3,000 in this division right here, and then there's going to be another 3 in that. So that's going to be a total of 6,000. No, wow, that one's 8,500 manpower, so that's a full division more or less. So it's going to be over 11,000 kills. That's going to be good. Okay. We can now tag these guys in and attack through all these different angles with the battleship support. And now we have them on the last legs, okay? If you look right here, they're going to be done by the 15th, if not earlier. So that's going to be 2 whole divisions wiped out very soon. There you go. Now we can send all of these guys right here to take care of this center, well, not center part, but the southern, maybe mid-southern east. I don't know what you'd call that. So there you go with that. Alright, let's keep going. Now, there's no upgrades for these guys, which is bizarre. You'd think they would have upgraded with this much battle experience, but I guess not. Okay, anyway, we can probably keep going for now. Let me think. We can probably take this salient out, but I'd rather do an encirclement, so why even bother there? I can invest in more military stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just do infrastructure just to play it safe because of the Civil War dynamic. We're also going to move this next to Almira and Murcia and see what that can do. As we can see, there's only 1 mountain division. We might as well attack on the plains where they don't have much of an advantage defending with the mountain, you know, specialist division, or whatever you want to call it. I'm getting tired right now. What is it, 10:52? Really? It's that late? Damn, I thought it was like 8 o'clock. So we're getting attacked by 9 planes. It's worth it, whatever. And it'll be really easy to take over this part right here. Come on. 91%. Okay, Now that we've taken this part, we can probably move on to take this port and then this port without even stopping. So we're going to go right ahead and do that. Walk right in. Bam. Okay. Alicante. Once they do that, they're fucking screwed. Oh my god, no way. They encircled me a lot faster than I expected. Because of their encirclement, what they're going to do now is panic because of the AI being stupid. Okay. So see, right here, what we can do is bottle this division up, meanwhile cutting them off right there. Okay, that'll be one free division that we're going to be able to take apart real quick. This is going to be 3,000 troops right here. It's a smaller one. Yeah, I was right. Okay, so that's going to be taken care of. None of these other guys are getting good supply, which is good for us. And that's going to be very easy slim picking. Well, not slim pickings, but easy pickings for us. I think we can probably start investing into the Air Force. Yeah, the Air Force. And then, okay. So as of right now, we're going to easily defend these two ports. What we got to be looking into is the eastern part. Again, I don't see any point to encirclement right now. They look pretty well supplied to me, actually, from this perspective. That's not a good sign. Anyways, we can probably start attacking one of these two to distract from the resupply of these. So let's go ahead and move there. And then, in regards to this, we can probably not attack that yet. Okay, close in on the pocket right here so that we can shorten the line and screw them further. And we can probably go ahead and cut this guy off right here and then use these three to kill this one very soon. That's a pretty big division right there. Then we can probably invest into... Who would I put into now? I would probably put in the... Who's a good person to put in a political office? Jose Enrique Varela as national defense. I've never seen that before, but we're going to go ahead and trust that descriptor. So there's 8 divisions in here, which is good. That'll be a lot of kills. We're at over 157,000 casualties for them. So as of right now, we're looking at a 6-to-1 casualty ratio, or like 7-to-1. They only have 4 to 6 factories, and we have 43, so we're obliterating them right now, and we definitely have more manpower than they do. And we have 150,000 in reserve, whereas they only have less than 92,000. Okay, now we have like 15,000 troops encircled. So this is going to be a good part of their army destroyed in one swoop right there. Now we can send the rest of these 45 to this relatively short front, and we can go ahead and prioritize that one. Okay. We can invest in more infrastructure for now. There you go. And right now, 180,000 casualties. It's looking really good. Anyway, they were able to defend this salient, which is pretty pathetic on the German part. I could have definitely helped them take it, though. That's kind of my fault. We can go ahead and push up here. Now, that might seem counterintuitive because it'll shorten their line. But ultimately, what I'm planning on doing is exploiting their weak reserves right here and attacking right there. We can probably use these guys who are very lightly damaged and use them over here. And keep pushing up because they're weak. And hopefully that'll force them to give up on this line and push further back. Or retreat further back. And then it'll screw up their whole defense line. Okay, let's go and keep moving. Send these 6 troops right here. Tortosa. They can retreat behind the river and probably stave me off though. So hopefully they keep panicking. The battleships are helping. We can also move the planes over back to where the Iberian region is, and hopefully use that air support to my advantage. So as of right now, it's December, and we'll see if we can end the war before the end of the year. We'll see. They completely retreated out of this peninsula-looking thing. We're going to go ahead and do that and take it. They're going to retreat from this tile, and we're going to seize the opportunity and take it once it's empty. There's no point in keeping them there. And as of right now, we can probably send half of these troops over here, and we're going to actually stop them from retreating here so that we can take the plains. This will be a very easy way to encircle this entire region in an L shape. Okay, we just did what I was supposed to. Okay, this is good. This guy might defend, though. Okay, they are. Okay, they might cock block me from, or, you know, they're going to blackball me from actually getting this encirclement done the way I wanted to. Yeah, okay, let me see. Is there an opening right here? 3, 2, 1. Yes, there is. Okay. Now what we can do is keep going like this and spread out in different directions like that. Okay, they weren't ready for me. I'm moving way too quick for them. Air Force advantage right now. They have an Air Force of approximately 27 planes. So their Air Force is more or less bigger than mine, but that doesn't matter too much when they don't even bother deploying them. Okay, now now I have a level 6 general. That's a good improvement. Now, spread into this area. Cut them off over here as well. Okay. Oh shit, they beat me to it. Okay, that's fine. I can cut them off this way, either way. Like this. So far, so good. And then we're gonna have a huge encirclement going on. Let's go ahead and research some more stuff. As of right now, we can probably go for extraction, and that'll help us get some more minerals over here. We have 12,000 extra guns, which is awesome. And we can probably not win this war before the year's over, but that's okay. We'll still win either way. I'm like 95% sure I'm gonna win at this point, or like 99. There's no way I'm gonna lose. Okay, so at this point, no point in attacking this plains region. In fact, we're just gonna send them over here and maybe attack this as a distraction. Okay, hold on. We're gonna take this encirclement first. Okay, they are at over 200,000 casualties. They're pretty fucked. Reinforcement wise, they are looking at less than 60,000 right now. Okay. So we can go ahead and then look at over here and probably look into attacking a relatively soft area. So for example, forest is kind of soft. It'll be easiest for us to attack, but I mean these mountains are going to be pretty hard. The urban combat is not very favorable to us. So literally everything is mountains besides Bilbao and maybe probably the forest. So we're going to go in Asturias and take this part right here. Take some monthly equipment from the Polacks, support equipment, and go ahead and keep going. We can have this huge encirclement facilitated by the Axis, and we're going to go ahead and take that over. Okay. 12 divisions. That's huge. That's a quarter of their army right there. We're also going to go ahead and take advantage of this. Take that. Take this. I mean, this is getting way too easy at this point. It's kind of... I mean, it's a cakewalk. At some point in the last 6 months, this became a cakewalk in the game, okay? You know, fascism wins every day. Just kidding. Just kidding, YouTube. Just kidding. Franco is definitely winning, as he should have. Lesser of two evils. Franco, yes, he was, okay? I was expecting this video to get more political, but I'm just way too tired, man. It's 11 o'clock over here. I'm snoozing. Okay. So we have a final defense of Barcelona, and with that, we win the game. They have only 5 divisions there, so we'll just stop attacking them, because I want to take this part right here. So we'll let these guys take over this part, and we're going to go over here and send these ships over to the Bay of Biscay and give them battleship support, and we're going to also move the Air Force outside of the Iberian region and move them over here to near Asturias in the forest and let them get the advantage there. And now we're getting more of a grip here. My question is, should we send the troops over to help the mountain people? I might as well send them over there. So let's go ahead and give them half the army, and hopefully that'll make a difference. I really don't want the Axis to win the war for me, though. It seems like they will win. That's kind of unfortunate. I didn't want the video to end before the hour mark because I wanted it to be a round number, but that's okay, I guess. So, yes. So far, we are at, I guess we'd be like at, what, 95% equipment? 99. Okay, our army is consisting of the same 221,800 men. We're looking at getting prepared to defense. We're also looking at getting maybe this sort of light tank, garbage tank. Anyways, yeah, it seems like the Axis volunteers are basically going to win the war for us, which is kind of unfortunate because it makes it less fun. But I accepted them in the first place thinking I'd be more desperate, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and win this campaign real quick by going like this, Olvido, and then this will make these 2 divisions panic, and then you're going to see them frolic around like chickens with their heads cut off, and that'll be awesome. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Yeah. See, we just got the line shortened a good amount. Now we can move these 4 or 5 divisions and have them take this part right here. They're getting really desperate now as they're moving troops all around the places. So now what we can do is send this one division to attack this one, take these 4, cut this part off. Now we have these 4 divisions entirely cut off. And now what we can do is take this out real quick. That's approximately 4,600 troops, and okay, so 11,000 total. They have Madrid down to 8,000 troops, a garrison of about 50,000 troops there. We have another encirclement in waiting right here as well. We're going to take this and take advantage right there. Now they are down to 3,000. Good. Okay. Let's go ahead and finish the encirclement right there. We have even more factories, which is awesome. We have 274,000 Spanish casualties. And we can probably start pushing into the city itself, because why not? And we can also take this hill, and we can move the battleships to give us even more support right there. Okay. Now we have shelling on both battles, which is epic. This division will back up and defend this one, so I don't know if that's going to help us or not. We might as well send these 2 to attack the flanks, because we can basically cause a lot of shock for these Spaniards up here in the north, who have not seen any fighting at all since the beginning of the war, and we can screw with their heads. Okay. Alright. Whoops. Okay, let's get some support. 38. I'm gonna acknowledge that my charisma has been like a fucking wet rag right now, honestly. Or, yeah, maybe. Dude, I am so exhausted right now. You have to imagine talking for an hour straight. I mean, my voice is dry as hell, and like soda, I mean, I can drink water. Whatever, dude. Okay. So, Bilbao is about to fall. Yeah, this is looking really good right now. Franco coin going straight up, of course, like normal. Let's go ahead and build more infrastructure. Okay. All green. I like seeing this green, okay? I'm greedy. Okay. So we're taking this position in Paz Vasco next to the city. It'll help us take the city slightly faster. Now we have it almost completely surrounded. Okay. Now we have the 7 divisions fighting on this mountain with the rain on their heads. We're going to make them die any second now. We're not going to let them flee into France this time. It's over for the commies. Back against the wall. What are we going to do? Defeat them. 3, 2, 1, and they are completely eviscerated from the history of right now. Bam. Okay. Now we're going to send all the troops and let them fight right there. And we're going to get ready for the ultimate assault on Barcelona, and they're going to be so fucked. Let's send in the Air Force right here. All 19 planes. Believe it or not, the Mexican Air Force is probably smaller than 19 planes, so 19 planes for Spain is not bad, okay? Okay, so if you can hear the laptop roaring, then my bad, I guess. We're going to more or less let these 62 troops, which would normally be 600,000 men, but in this case is only 220,000. We're going to let them form up on the border here. And we're going to let them duke it out with these 7 Spanish divisions, or 8 actually. It should be a garrison of less than 60,000 men. We're going to go ahead and pit them up against each other and see who wins. As of right now, there's 46,000 casualties on my side, 304,000 on the communist side. And we're going to basically see who prevails, okay? So again, my kill ratio is like 7 to 1, so that's really good. Also, in terms of my win ratio is 92% of battles won by me. We've lost 4,200 equipment. They've lost 13,000, so we're doing a lot better. Anyways, let's go for the full offensive right now. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 3, okay, let's see how long this takes. 9 divisions. Okay, they just pooped another division out of nowhere. Let's beat them. Come on. Hurry up. We have battleship support. We have air supremacy. We have a huge... we're outnumbering them like 5 to 1, 4 to 1. I mean, this has got to be a cakewalk. Come on. They don't even have any forts. I think the only reason why they're holding out this long is because they're in a city. So let's go ahead and destroy these people right now. They have an intelligence advantage. Who cares? I'm surprised I'm doing this bad. This is embarrassing. What the fuck? Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. So as of right now, they're completely surrounded. Okay, some of these, okay, they're being engaged from multiple sides, which is why I suppose that they're so they're getting to use all 9 divisions at the same time. I guess that's why they're holding out so long. So now they're down to 8 divisions. So it looks like they're still mostly equipped. But if you look at the most weak division, it's about to tap out. Give this one another 2 days until it gets out of the light. Okay, now they only have 7 divisions, so they're going to start crumbling really quick. Their next weakest link only has 8 organization out of 50. It's looking pretty rough. We can take in some more Spanish support, of course. Or no, Polish support, my bad, same thing. It's like, ugh. I wonder how boring this is for you guys, my bad. Okay. We're well into 1938. The war ended in early 1939 IRL, so we're going to really tell what goes on. Okay. So now they're engaging us with still 7 divisions. There's 1 extra that I guess they deployed right now. Like they just trained and deployed right now, I suppose. I don't know. This battle is taking forever. I could have already won the war like 4 months ago. Anyway. Wow. Okay. This 7th one has to go any second now. 3, 2. 18 planes now. Still no victory. Oh, we can do some ground support. I forgot I could have done that. Okay, that might help us a little bit more now. Yeah, the shore bombardment from that one battleship hurts them 4%, and this the air superiority hurts them by 1%. So that's gonna help them. I mean, that helps us maybe just a slight bit. They're still with the 4 divisions though. That's very surprising. Let's go for a reserve transfer. We're going to go ahead and reinforce our troops and send them in over the line, over the trenches. Go ahead and destroy these people real quick. 95. Okay, 96. So we're getting kind of close. Now they're only fighting with 6 troops. They're down to a garrison of 51,000, and we're attacking them right now with 83. So again, I'm outnumbering them by much more than 30,000 troops, and yet it's only doing that because of combat width, as in I can only fit that many troops in the battlefield at once, which fucking sucks, honestly, because I should be winning by a lot more. But okay, fine. I'll take it. 99. Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. They're down to 34,000 troops against the 82,000. 3, 2. Oh my god. Okay, last division by itself. We just took Barcelona. Total Franco victory. I'm vindicated once again. Bam. We took the oil like Trump wanted to take oil from Iraq in the 2000s. So we beat them. We took the guns. We took the oil. We took their women. We took their country. I'm just kidding. Our country, because it's a civil war. We win. You can dock back in Barcelona and get repairs. You can chill out. And ultimately, that was a big vindication of the whatever agenda this is in the game. Took longer than I expected to win. The war lasted about 2 years, but that's okay. We have a lot more supplies than what we started out with. Our army is really small, which is why I didn't want to train any more divisions. We're down with only 8 divisions now, which is weird. We did keep all the ships, apparently, because we didn't lose any. So that's good. We'll consolidate the bases, or consolidate all the fucking... Ugh. I'm not articulate today. I'm Joe Biden today. Basically, yeah. One of the problems you're going to experience is the lack of supplies, the lack of manpower or divisions spread around. Also, the lack of means to produce equipment, as well as a lot of other factors, oil, stuff like that, planes. So you're basically learning how to win this civil war with scraps, which is what I just did, and I think I did pretty well. I got a 7-to-1 kill ratio, and I own the Libs. Now we have Generalissimo Francisco Franco in control of Spain. Big total victory. We got the commies. We own the Libs. I gotta thank you all for watching. Comment down below what you thought of the video, whether or not you liked it. Anyways, thanks. I'm out. I won. Vindicated once again. Bye.